You are now rolling with the More Over 4 podcast with JT Pender and DJ Clinton Tarantino. Presented by... What's good, everybody? JT Pender here with my man
Clinton Tarantino.
You are listening to the More Over 4 podcast. We are back. We're getting ready for 2024. We had to come back and talk about some things because there's a lot of things changing for us musicians and us producers out here. Getting on the streaming platforms. We're going to talk about the Spotify changes that came up. The
1,000 stream minimum.
1,000 stream minimum that is going on. And we have some opinions about that. We're going to try to do it without burning bridges because we still need them. We want to take a look at a plugin today. We're going to look at Waves, something neither of us have messed with. It's
I haven't tinkered with it, but I've been really looking forward to checking that out.
Submarine by Waves. We're going to take a look at that. We literally said we're going to pick something that we haven't worked with before, and we're going to throw it in this segment. Yeah, it is good to be back. We're here at the Game Runner Studio here in San Diego, California. I hope everybody is having a not so stressful December, not so affected
Getting
by
ready for the holidays.
Yeah. An inflation-free December probably isn't in the books, but
hopefully you made out well from the Black Friday sales on plugins.
Right. Hopefully you got at least one or two on there. Definitely a lot less for us. You can only get so many plugins anyways.
That's right.
You got to use them eventually, just like your podcast channel.
We're overflowing.
Right. So it's been probably a year since we last did an episode. We kind of started things, and then we built the foundation, and then life pulls you in every different direction, right?
A lot of catching up to do.
So with you, man, you had a new gig downtown, right? Zama.
Been playing downtown at Zama.
Yeah, talk about that. What is the environment down there? What's up?
A lot of fun over there. I've been playing monthly over there since about March. It's always a blast. Typically, it just entails a lot of high energy Latin music. Latin dance music. All Latin.
So is that Brazilian food or what is it?
It's a restaurant, and the food that they have is Latin Asian fusion food.
That's nothing's more SoCal than that.
Yeah.
So, and then you're DJing usually Friday nights doing a Latin set.
Saturday nights.
So
and
a lot of reggaeton
sometimes. A lot of stuff relevant to I think his name is Hugel and quite a few other folks. It's very Latin centric, so I go for any region of Latin America. So
well, stuff that you didn't really spin before, right? You were mainly techno and electronic, and now this
more
is more
onto the electronic rather than I didn't adventure into the ethnic kind of stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Been really enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like it's pretty live down there, and it's good to get outside of your box.
Totally. Performing with dancers and live instruments. Ton of fun.
Yeah, you got
ton of
there's a dude that
energies.
plays saxophone.
Saxophone. Sometimes percussionists will come out.
Yeah. Who's the dude on sax? What's his name?
Jeremy Sax.
Does he have a performance? That's called Jeremy Sax? Is that?
Yeah.
That's his name?
That's his name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the dance, there's a dance crew down there, right? The
Samba dancers came. They were performing with me all summer, and then the fire dancers as well.
That's very cool, man. It's very good. Yeah, if y'all are in the locale, hit up Zama.
Yep.
San Diego. Check out Tarantino's page because he's been there. He's been basically a resident DJ there for a while, for the last few months.
Since March.
Yeah.
So,
very cool.
It's been fun.
Yeah, I've been on the different front. I've been back on the artist thing, back on the producer thing.
Got some new records.
Yeah, we got the new records we did. So basically, I didn't have any music release for 4 years. we were focusing on publishing and distribution and the business side of it. Because you got to pay your bills, and there wasn't a lot of time to make music. I had a lot of music saved up, but I didn't really, put any of it out.
More on the back burner.
Yeah, I mean, we had the rehearsal space back in 2018. We were rehearsing like Breaking Chains mixtape, and then now it's into. I had like a bunch of production that just been sitting, so. I'm in the mode of mastering that, mixing it. We just did we did the Breaking Chains hype cut that kind of broke the ice, and then did this Freedom single with Anna Rose, and thank you for your help with pre-screening that for distribution and all that, because when you start trying to master some of these old songs, sometimes it's hard to trust your ears.
Oh yeah.
So I did Freedom. That's been doing really well. I think it's been kind of hovering around. We're using Hyped It to promote it, and I think it's been hovering like in the top 50 usually on there. We're just something maybe we'll talk about later, which is advertising your music, and there's some really good services and using meta ads for that. Learned a lot about that. And then they had the single 100 AG that came out, I think, in November. And then we got 4 singles lined up over the next 6 weeks, all distributed through Wiseband. So I'm doing the music
That's all
thing.
from you, right?
Yeah, that's all stuff that I've had that I personally was working on. And it's a lot of like... ironically, my boy Anton, who's on the guitar, he's on like 3 out of the 4 singles. Like he's got a really drifty vibe with the guitar, and it really fit well with the stuff I was doing at the time. So.
Oh, and then there's something else as well. The score, right?
Oh yeah, we got the score. We have the score for Killing Cookie. Also working on that with Anton. That's a independent film that's directed by friend Ryan Wise, who's also going to be editing this podcast so we can actually get some stuff out. So thank you, Ryan, on that. But it's not really released publicly yet. He's been editing it, and I think it's going to be pitched to film festivals and stuff. But we did the soundtrack on that, and it's almost done. He's probably waiting on me, actually. He's probably watching us right now saying, you need to finish that. But it's my first time that I've actually composed from scratch for a film score, trying to match time code and things like that. And maybe we can look at that later on a different episode. I learned a lot with it, and we did it all in Logic Pro, which is kind of cool that it all worked together. And it's crazy that, I like to say that we're a studio.
It's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, I mean, you could honestly score a film now from your bedroom if you have the right.
In your DAW.
Yeah, it's crazy. So so we did that. Hopefully next year that will be released, but hopefully we'll be done with the soundtrack here at the end of the month, and I'm hoping that we can also distribute that, and it'll be available to listen to. So we'll see. There's a lot of question marks about that. So anyways, that's where I've been at. And glad to be back here with you, buddy, and talking music. And
likewise,
music
news, plugins, all our favorite things.
Yeah, man. So the biggest one. Let's talk about that. Spotify, a huge move in the industry. Industry shift right now with Spotify.
Yeah, it's big news, especially for independent artists.
Huge moves being made on an industry level. Here's Music Business Worldwide. For 2024, quarter one, Spotify will be making a minimum threshold of 1,000 plays before an artist will be able to monetize their streams. Let that sink in for a minute here. I don't know what the actual stat is. I mean, we'd have to look at that, but most artists are not making 1,000 streams a year on some of their songs, and Spotify.
There's a lot of independent artists that this would obviously hurt.
Yes,
point blank.
But I think the question is with this is why? Why is this happening? And
they have an explanation, and definitely don't think
Yeah,
it's,
so
it's very good.
let's see. For music business worldwide, Spotify believes that this move will demonetize a portion of tracks that were previously absorbed by 0.5% of the service's stream share.
Pro rata.
Yeah, so out of the royalty pool. So
royalty
basically,
pool.
it's going to generate $40 million worth of royalties. And it says that their reasoning is that I guess it's kind of like the Office Space thing, where you get enough. Anybody seen that movie? They get enough of these small payments, and they try to turn it into. They are able to turn into big funds. So their story is, oh, these micro payments are just out here, and by us doing this, it gets rid of all of those and puts it into a pool where artists can actually use.
They're just considering it some kind of useless congestion.
There's an article here from United Masters that talks about it, and it says it's funny. We'll go ahead and just read this together here. The issues, what they're saying, United Masters being one of the bigger independent distributors, similar to DistroKid. Many songs on Spotify aren't earning enough royalty revenue to meet the minimum withdrawal threshold set by labels and distributors. When you combine the streams from the songs, that's where you get this $40 million, you know? And Spotify's fix is that they're going to be changing the rules. That's their fix, is to change the rules.
That's their pitch.
That starting in 2024, a song will need at least 1,000 streams a year to start making money, and this way they can focus on more money, songs that people are genuinely enjoying.
So the big thing about that is that it's going to be 1,000 streams per year to start making money. But the thing is if it doesn't make that 1,000 streams for that year, you don't get paid, period.
You will not get paid, period, on that first out. So the problem is that if you've already proven that people are enjoying it, this is the first problem with the logic. If you've already proven that people are enjoying it, right? Why wouldn't that first 1,000 streams or first 900 streams? Who set the threshold, first of all?
Right.
And then why don't those have a value?
So why don't those artists get paid if they didn't meet that 1,000 stream threshold?
Correct.
It's just ridiculous.
And it's also I understand the logic in it with what they're saying on the front end, but it's also a rolling 12 months. So if you made 1,000 streams the first 12 months, but you made 900 streams on the next 12 months on that track, not that album, if that album had 10 tracks and all of them had 1,050 streams, and that one track had 900. My understanding is this is a track level thing, so you would not get paid on that one track that only got
the one track. Yeah.
So first of all, we know that Spotify is the big dog in the house, and they've been able to do this for a long time. The problem is that it doesn't.
They're changing the rules of the game.
The rules of the game. What stops you from saying it's 1,000 and now it's 20,000 and now it's 100,000? What you're really doing, in my opinion, in this is you're redistributing money to people that are already misrepresented,
underrepresented,
disproportionate representation. The major labels, not only did they have shares of Spotify for many years, so they're benefiting no matter what was done on the platform, but they also have all the artists that are licensed that are making this type of revenue. So the small artists, the fact that they're saying micropayments, first of all, it goes to the distributor. So if there is an individual artist that makes, like, say, he has 100 tracks, and all 100 of those tracks in a year do 900 streams, right? Mm-hmm. He's made what? How much? 900
streams? It's not equivalent to much, but...
Well, I know, but the thing is that adds up. But that artist would get nothing. Right. That artist would get nothing.
Exactly. Well, that money should continue accumulating even if he gets 900 streams for that year, and then the next year he gets 900 streams.
Right.
It will eventually pull into 1,800 streams.
Right. So his 90,000 streams are meaningless if he's made
any accumulation of any potential income.
Right. So you're saying you're saying that we're doing it to realign this royalty pool. That royalty pool was already being pushed to the distributors who handled it at a label level, like an independent label or an artist level. So they could handle the micropayments. If those payments added up to $20, they took all that and they paid the artist.
Right.
Now you're stepping in and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to decide what the threshold is. And there's no rule or regulation. And so what's so the idea.
The big thing is what other platforms are gonna do with this now in play,
right?
As well as what the labels are gonna want.
And who sets the threshold of this? So now who decides when music is valuable or not? The other side of this is that it started with Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange, who Universal owns 20, I think the stat right now is 25% of the global market of music. Okay. And he was very upset about the garbage tracks, as he's calling it, that are all over the platforms. And he wanted to get rid of that. And so I think that Spotify is catering to Universal and Lucian Grange because of what's going on with AI and this amount of
this also, Spotify has been pretty proactive about cleaning clutter off their platform too. Even like data, they cleared all their artist
their
stats.
With 2020
just
data,
recently. They said that you couldn't go back X amount of years if you didn't save your data, they were just going to get rid of it.
Right.
And then on top of that, they've done purges over the last few years where they said, what were they doing? They were pulling tracks. Remember that? They were pulling tracks down if they looked iffy, if they were botted strings.
I think DistroKid mainly was them had 900,000 plus tracks pulled down at one time. In one run. That was January of 2021, I think. So I guess the question is...
I think that was exactly when they were pulling those tracks.
Right. And then, so I guess the question is what irritates me about it is that you're painting it as if it's going to help artists.
Yes.
It's not going to help all the independent artists that aren't signed. It's actually going to hurt us because that royalty pool is not, I'd be very suspicious to hear that it's going to come back and help independent artists, that we're going to make more money because of this. That $40 million.
Still, that's money that should be in an independent artist's pocket that they're just pulling out, and they're saying that they're pulling it in for the greater good.
For the greater good.
Because it will boost, that $40 million will go into the tracks that generate over 1,000 streams. And that's what they're trying to pitch it as, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
No, it's not.
It doesn't give me that warm, fuzzy feeling.
No, we have to already spend a lot if you're advertising and marketing it in addition to organic marketing. So this just puts strain on that. For the majors, they already have a huge portion of the music. They already have licenses and deals that are already going on behind. To me, this just looks like they're taking the $40 million pot and moving it over. If someone made a track full of flutes or noises or whatever, that is a completely arbitrary it's an opinion of if it's useful or not. If it's botted or if it's artificial, fine. Then regulate that. But if someone actually made something and pitched it, no matter what it is, and it's got some type of listenership, right? If it's got something, because the other part of this is that the songs that are considered noise, according to
I saw some of the verbiage here.
Yeah, they're going to reduce the royalties.
Now, noise tracks need to be at least 2 minutes long to earn money.
Yes. So anything that is considered noise, and I don't think this is just like ASDR or whatever that is, noise tracks. This is like any noise tracks, like any ambience
that's
tracks.
like static noise or whatever, just to generate more streaming revenue.
So I get why. I just think the problem is that just like anything else in the music business, it's like what will stop here? Like when does the 1,000 turn to 10,000 to 100,000 to where people are basically putting their music out? The artists. My concern is that artists at some point are just putting their music out and they never get royalties because they're never meeting an impossible threshold, and the scales are tipped. So I can tell you, and you can probably tell by now.
Well, the other thing is that, yeah, what if somebody has, many tracks under many different artists or whatever, that they would be accruing a lot of, small earnings over many different works.
Right.
So those people are getting very, very well screwed. I mean, if they have thousands of tracks out that, generate small amounts of income and into a big pool, they'd be losing out on massive income.
Yeah, so it's very hard. It's already hard for the artists. It'd be better if that 40 million was put into a pot and it excluded major artists and went back to, I mean, seriously, that pot, if that money, I guarantee you the major labels are still taking all of their money from all of their tracks, no matter what it is.
Yes.
So, I mean, if that money went into a pot and people had to go, do something for that and they had to be independent, I guess that'd be fair and make sense. So you have this thing with noise tracks. We have this thing with threshold, with minimums. That's concerning to me. But the other thing that's concerning, and this is obviously why we're talking about business first, so we can get this out the way, is that I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but Lucien Grange. The funny thing is I don't know. He's probably one of the biggest people in the music business, and hopefully I'm saying it right.
He's the.
I've murdered some names, over the years, and just kept doing it for whatever reason. The universal, the other thing that's going on is that I foresee, you go like, okay, if someone says, hey, JT, what is it that you think is going to happen in the future of the music business right now based on everything that's, going on? I think that what we have right now, like you remember when, I'm sure I'm going to get beat up about this. I'm going to try to get this accurate. You remember when Netflix had all the Marvel stuff? They had like Luke Cage and
They had the shows coming out.
Yeah, Netflix had had Daredevil and Luke Cage and all these Marvel shows, and they're all pretty solid.
Had, Punisher.
Yeah, it turns out all that stuff was actually owned by Disney, I guess. Oh. And I don't even know if it's still on. Someone's gonna have to fact check me about that, but I'm pretty sure that there was at one point where all that Marvel stuff got pulled down because Disney launched their channel and pulled all their licensing back. So I'm pretty sure if you go on Disney Plus right now, all that Marvel stuff is actually on Disney Plus now.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure.
It is.
Hopefully I'm not murdering this episode.
The thing is that, I remember when all that happened. I mean, Disney ended up pulling a lot over to its platform. I can check right now. And I don't think they made all of it exclusive.
I'm not.
I can't remember. That's kind of a.
But my point is that let's say that's in theory. Let's say that's what happened. Okay, so my point is that just if your licensing is expired or your contract changes, you can pull all that content. So if people go, what is the future for me? Well, it just so happens that Universal Music Group and Deezer are going to launch a new artist-centric streaming model. And as I understand this, they developed this model with Together, and I think that Universal is going to get behind it with Deezer. Now, I had been thinking that they were going to create a new platform together, which is just as scary or could be the future. But what happens when Universal, who has 25% of the music, goes with just one platform? And now they can pull the licensing for all those artists from Universal or even leverage more on Spotify.
Onto a different platform.
Right. So now you have the threat of losing. I mean, let's look up some, who are the major... who are major Universal artists here?
Is Spotify as big of a player as they really make themselves? I mean, most musicians make them out to be. For some reason, I don't know. I mean,
let's look at we're talking about Ariana Grande, Drake, Eminem. I mean, this is just the Google search right here. Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish. Imagine that massive catalog, which has always been leveraged, but now Spotify is losing this game because, if you want to hear Taylor Swift, you can't go to Spotify. This is just if I was throwing out theoreticals. Right. Just like the Netflix Disney thing. If I want to listen to Taylor Swift, I can't. I'm gonna have
They're
to
gonna
get the
pull it
subscription to Deezer or whatever their platform that they built, because now we don't have Taylor Swift on Spotify.
Yep, it's exclusive.
Right. So
Or is canceled on that platform.
right. Now people go like, oh well, that doesn't really affect independent artists because that's it. Well, it affects total when you're already looking at thresholds that you're setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to affect your algorithm. Spotify's boasted itself as being a discovery engine for so much music, right?
Yeah.
But not all that music that people discover trends and boosts and gets 100,000 streams. Some people just find stuff and you get 5 or 6 dedicated listeners that find some artist they like. I know I've done it. So my concern is that what the future looks like is kind of like the movie streaming or the streaming visual streaming, where Netflix, all these guys have different licenses. You go on Amazon, you might have a show on Amazon, and you save it in your watch list. And maybe, like, I know the James Bond movies, I watch them quite a bit. Some months they're not available. Some months they come back on. Some months they go away.
Right.
And I'm sure that's a licensing thing or availability thing. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect us all, but I guess because I've been independent for so long, been in this business for so long, I'm very skeptical about why the reason is it doesn't match it. The micropayment thing, to me, you already had it's 2023. We got crypto, blockchain. Come on, like micropayments getting sent to distributors, to me, that's kind of a whack excuse to move $40 million. You know what I mean?
Petty.
Like,
yeah, so, they have bigger fish to fry than this, and I think they shouldn't be frying the indie artist as the fish. You know,
right?
It's sad. And yeah, they can make much better decisions for their platform for the future of it. But I mean, especially because, like you said, you know, it's a discovery tool for artists that otherwise don't really have the potential to get the kind of exposure that they can, you know, because of what Spotify is.
Right, and the royalty pools.
It really does provide a great. Bottom line, it does provide a good discovery tool for people that are underexposed online for their music, and getting, you know, relative data to get you pulled with other artists, you know, and get you listened to.
I agree. Yeah, I mean,
so it does have many cons, but it's still one of the best platforms for that reason. You know, for independent
do you think
artists.
If there's 500 people that listen to a song, 500 individuals listen to a song once, do you think that has any gravity? Like, do you think that the threshold of what they're setting disrupts the idea, the value of a stream, that disrupts that? Or do you think that it's going to make it so, like they're saying, like the noise is out? The noisy tracks are out. The artist I guess 1,000 is a micro payment, which is sad in itself, I guess. But
they were talking about static noise tracks being the problem.
Right. It's very confusing.
But they want to weed out the noise tracks. But I mean, a lot of independent artists' tracks are in this noise track category too.
Right.
So,
or a garbage music, as he called it, or AI music, and all of that is that could go into all kinds of other stuff, because AI is totally a threat to the record labels and to musicians and to screenwriters so that's a whole different subject.
It's a very big, broad subject.
Yeah, but in terms of this new change with Spotify, because the last episode we were talking about Spotify, and I think if you go back, you'll see that there's kind of a linear change that's happening in the industry from then till now. And some of it does not look good for a lot of it doesn't look good for independent artists.
No.
You know, so it doesn't look good for the user either, if the users are now paying more for their subscriptions and the artists are getting paid less.
Right.
So
I mean, I was listening to the radio today, and somebody mentioned, since they were calling Spotify such a small player for some odd reason, they were calling them a small player.
Yeah.
And then they also mentioned that it would be beneficial for somebody like Netflix to buy them up.
Right.
And make it like some big package deal, you know?
Right.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, you never. I mean, that stuff is so beyond like I mean, I guess it's just more confusing now for those of us that are independent and trying to get our music out and just trying to focus on releasing good music. Because 2 years ago, it was, the CEO saying, hey, you guys just need to release more music. Now we release more music. Every single one of those needs to get 1,000 streams just to get paid for it. So, you know what I mean?
And as an independent artist, I mean,
Right.
it's marketing, and then you get to market every single track. Like,
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be some tracks that fall short. But I mean, if you're not in one of these big fish pools, like with a label that's bolstering you, or a great marketing campaign behind you,
Some ads or some editorial playlist or something.
yeah,
But
definitely have to have the marketing in play for for that future outlook for Spotify,
yep.
and
But-
marketing all your old catalog.
Yeah, making sure they meet that threshold. And I
Right.
mean,
And-
listen, I don't know if if that threshold keeps going up. I don't know, man.
I mean, the botting's got to get out of control.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure they'll hopefully crack down on that. But listen, Spotify, if you've seen this, we love you. Don't blacklist us. We're still gonna put our music out.
That's right.
Just saying,
Hey, we're looking for that next Joe Rogan deal.
yeah, we're looking for that Rogan deal.
Yeah.
We'll sell out in an instant we'll do 1,200 streams a year on a track if you can get that Rogan deal.
That's right. And we hope that you found us on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, hey, man, let's get out of that doom and gloom right now for that music business.
There's better outlooks. I mean, in other categories.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we just make music for the money. It'd be nice to get paid for it, but we make music to make music, and
That's right, because we love it.
yeah. So we talked about the plugin we were going to get into. Just so y'all know, for those of you that are watching and not listening, we get into Logic here in the studio, and that's how we make all of our music here. We're looking at some options
I do
later.
Ableton.
Yeah, Clinton is a DJ producer. He's very Ableton Live based, right?
Yep, Ableton 11.
Ableton 11.
What I use now.
But you don't mind working in Logic in the studio. I think we do.
Yeah, I still like working in Logic.
Yeah, I think we do okay. I need to learn Ableton, if anything. I'm the one that's like being prejudiced against the because I'm just so stuck in my ways right now, I guess.
Yeah, you got your routine in Logic now.
Right. Plugin that we were looking at is Wave Submarine plugin today. This is one that
Ooh, it's on sale.
it's on sale.
Right
$29.99. Still got the Cyber Monday. I'm not gonna lie, Waves, you got me with this deal this year because there was a couple things I was waiting on, like that bus compressor.
I don't have a license for this one. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I mean, so this thing is basically its pitch is that you're going to be able to handle to basically.
It's gonna beef up your mids
yeah,
and lows, and it's gonna be really good on samples.
You had another one that was from Bose Digital or something, or Boz Digital. You were trying, it was like, what was that called? The Kick? The one that you used on the Kick, you showed me. You don't even remember that plugin now, huh?
Sasquatch or something?
It was a Sasquatch?
I think so.
Is this similar to that? No,
this is good. This is an actual. This generates like a harmonic frequency.
Gotcha.
So it adds its own like synthesized signal to
Gotcha.
add
Yes.
some extra oomph
Right.
to your kicks or to your bass. I mean,
Right.
like what I really want to use this stuff on for is going to be like samples. Like bass samples, kick samples, maybe like drum samples.
Well, we could definitely put some Trillion in
Toms,
there, or some one of the
snares, whatever.
Okay, we'll check that out then. So it's boasting deeper bass, bigger kicks, floor shaking dance mixes, larger than life sound design, Submarine packs a subharmonic punch you can't obtain any other way. There's no other way to obtain this in the world.
No, there isn't.
There's no way, and you can get it for under $30 right now.
I can't believe
There's
it.
no
I'm
other way in the
sold.
world that you'll ever, unless you actually go on a submarine.
I'm actually going to buy this right after this.
This guy, he's got, let's see.
Let's check out the video. Maybe it'll be
Meet
funny.
Sebastian. Sebastian is a Waves beta tester.
All right.
He's here to test our new sub-generator plugin, Submarine. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Sebastian
Let us
likes,
know
he
what you
likes the
think.
clipping. See, they clip it up.
Sebastian. Oh. Whoa, yeah, it is funny. Nice.
Nothing else in the world does that.
No.
Look at his glasses.
Irreplaceable.
I don't have my glasses on because I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, you got to be ready to be rocked by this thing.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen, dog.
No, those subharmonics. No, I've actually been looking at this one for since it came out, like probably about a few years ago.
Yeah, so I learned that they have different versions of plugins like V13, V14, and
Oh, no, yeah, that's the... Yeah.
Yeah, so I looked specifically at the ones that I could use because I
That's
can't
the
use
update.
the V14.
Yeah, because if you pay whenever you purchase in Waves, I got in on like V10 or V11, and then some of them come with that update plan to like V12 or 13.
You're right.
And then eventually they just like tail off, and then you have to reinstall the whole package for which ones that you have updated to that latest firmware update.
Well, that brings up something else up as like the meme that I think you shared at the Mac meme where it said a 2023 MacBook, right? And everything was like down. It had less features than before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm that guy that stays in 2015 with my MacBook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I like to have all my connections. So that's a problem with Waves because they're requiring like a Mac OS that I refuse to upgrade to because if I change from Mojave, I have to change everything right now. So I'm that guy that is stuck in the time because I want to just make music. I don't want to have to do upgrades all the time, unfortunately. So I have to stick with V13 Max right now on the Waves plugins. But yeah, let's take a look at this. So I got a session.
You got the ancient one.
Yeah, the ancient, yeah.
The sub-bass frequencies won't be as meaty.
No, it won't sound. It's not going to sound nearly as good. You can actually get this.
I guarantee that all it does is maybe run a little bit smoother on the newer operating systems. I've downloaded all the different variations of the updates on Waves, and I've never noticed a single difference.
Nothing else in the world does this, though. That's the thing. So
that's right. Well, I mean, they've been updated. Many of these plugins from Waves, I mean, that they have. Like the H delay and the comps, you know,
right.
their CLA 76 compressor and all that stuff.
Used that for a while, actually.
The LA 2As that they have and all that stuff, you know. Those are plugins that were made by them in like probably like 95 or something,
right.
You know,
yeah,
and they've been updated
forever. Like I remember,
eternity.
Windows 2000 or XP or something. Those were like $5,000 bundles, like crazy. Like, that was.
And then they always went on sale like 360 days of the year.
Right. Yeah. But
that's kind of how Waves. They do a lot of sales.
Well, it's been good for this one because we got our hands on some.
I'm pretty excited this one's on sale, and I haven't taken a look at it in a very long time. And when it initially came out, I think it was still up around like $60 or $45 at minimum that I could find for like a good deal on it. So $29.
We'll see.
Pick it up.
I mean, we better test it first.
But we got to test it out.
Yeah. So anybody that uses Logic Pro, you see my sessions. You don't want to have a seizure. Don't try to break them down. The routing is a little ridiculous. But let's see here. So I have a beat here. This is battery beat. Okay. So we'll use that for the beat, and then I'll pull on the bass line after that. So let's see here. What do I have on this chain? I actually have their SSL. Okay, so we're going to put Submarine on this. I need to make sure that it's behind the limiter, though.
You're going to put it on... What are you going to put it on? You're going to put it on the bass?
This is the beat. Yeah, I'll throw it on the bass next. I'm going to throw it on the beat. I'm just going to see what the...
overall, the whole kit, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be. This is kind of a weird plugin, I think, for us to test too, because a normal like phone, if you're watching this or listening, you're probably gonna have to have headphones on to catch the bass. I'm sure, but
Yeah.
all right. So now it's on. This is with it off,
So A/B it. Yeah, this is off.
and this is on. This is just the.
That's a nice little thump there.
Yeah, this is just the default startup.
But so since we're A/Bing it right here, make sure you got anything to meter the gain.
I have it on a limiter. It was already pushed, so this is going to be up there close anyways, because there's a limiter on after it.
Okay.
So let's just go through some of these. Okay, here's it.
Sounds cool.
So it adds a really low, like, but control. I feel like it's a controlled low sub bass.
Yeah. This one, I mean, so I'm not too familiar with the parameters in it. And I'm trying to look.
Yeah,
at it.
I mean that's
20 hertz to 100. Okay, so you got the sonar needles here.
I think I can make this big.
Yeah. Sometimes you can.
This one doesn't let me do it.
So
It's a V13.
So the big
that's a-
thing is that you have two. It looks like you have two of those.
So this kit's like kind of a. In the headphones, it adds a very low.
So it's actually
Dynamic.
synthesizing frequencies and adding them in.
Yeah, that's super heavy.
So I mean, that's the cool thing is that this plugin can do is it adds. It doesn't just like plump up the original sample. It adds actual subharmonic frequencies that synthesize to the original signal.
it's generating.
It's a fresh signal, and you could change the octaves, I believe, right there of what it's helping process.
Yeah, if you push this up, you can hear.
But yeah, the
it's adding.
subharmonic frequencies that it adds to the original signal is fucking. Excuse my French, but it's great.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I
here's
can't
another
remember
one
if
pushed up.
we're cussing on this.
I don't know, man. We never talk. We never talk about that. I guess if you're excited, it's a really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
This is just what it's adding, I guess. This is called 808 Quake. I could probably load a 808 in there real quick if we wanted to. We could see what it does. Let's do that. Let's load up the 808, an 808 in that kick instead. Using battery. And let's see. 808. Let's do the kick.
Do a tom too. Fuck.
All right, I'll try it.
Be cool. Huh.
Oh, you can hear that synth
Cool.
sound get in there. That does sound cool. Ooh. Dang.
Turn it off. Oh, rumble.
Wow. Yeah,
That's cool.
oh.
Ah! Wow, we're really exploring the depths of the submarine
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
pushing it. We're down.
We're really down deep.
Yeah, we might be left down there next to the Titanic if we're not careful.
Yeah, we'll end up there with the what's that submarine that ended up down there, huh?
Yeah, I don't. That's
Yeah, we don't want to end
too
up
soon.
like that.
Too soon. Too soon. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that sounds good.
That does sound good. And I have a low. I filter off.
Yeah,
so
well,
I
you
can-
got to filter on the submarine too.
Yeah, exactly.
So check out your parameter adjustments in there too. So let's we're checking some presets here, but what do we have here?
We got dynamics, drive.
So
none of this
dynamics and drive, yeah, it depends what
stereo
what it's
sound.
doing.
So it must be, obviously we want it to be in mono as much as possible.
Yeah, for
Here's
sub
the
frequencies,
dry.
you're gonna want it to be in mono.
Here's the wet. This is what it's adding together, like a 50-50 mix.
Ooh,
Yeah,
this is cool.
this is another sub. I guess you can configure two. I guess. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to test
you
a
could
bunch
go
of different source material with this.
Yeah, this is.
I feel like, yeah, it'll have varying uses, but it's definitely cool to add some oomph whenever you're kind of lacking it in any specific region below what hertz?
This is
240 max.
Yeah, 240 max hertz. So, you know,
you know what we should also do is after we have the submarine, let's grab an EQ, just a EQ, a normal EQ that we could, see what it's doing to the frequencies.
All right, let's do that. Let's put in a. Actually, you know what? Let's do a single band so we can go up and down hard.
Just be able to
hard.
Well, no.
do?
I want the visuals though.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I want the visual representation of what it's doing before and after AB.
Got
you
it.
know?
Yeah, let's try that. Channel EQ stereo.
Yeah. Here we go.
Gotcha.
So that's with it on. And yeah, look at that oomph below 200 there.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh.
Man, that's adding a lot. Now that can take over your mix real quick.
Yeah, that could turn into some nasty mud whenever you add anything else in there. That's why you want to be really careful with your sub bass.
Yeah, I know. I watched some tutorial before I bought it, and the guy's talking about be careful about putting stuff below it. But even if you, be careful about rolling off the low end. I usually do that on my mixes, but you could be selective in how you do it. This could still benefit you, even if you're rolling off below 50.
That's gonna pull a lot of power out of your mix if you have a lot of clutter down there.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're definitely gonna want to roll it off below like 30 hertz.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
and this is going over the rim too, so it's not really affecting the rim.
Wow,
so much.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, below 50, it just plumps right up whenever you look at that.
Yeah. So so far I'm impressed, man. Actually, this is not something I normally use for like the hip hop stuff like that. I don't know.
Dang, that would be really good on club tracks too. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah. So is it right now? Is it worth the $30 to you?
Yeah,
it is. Okay.
Totally.
We'll just stop right now. I'm just playing.
I'm sold.
So there's no reason for anything more if it's it. No. Let's take a look just as an experiment. Let's get into a bass line or something or a synth.
Yeah, and I want to see what I could do in the higher hertz regions of what it has to offer. Like more like the not necessarily that kind of mud range.
Yeah.
But what it could do for like the kind of higher.
I'm just gonna roll through presets again on this.
Higher low harmonics for bass. So I'd probably use it a lot in like the around the 200 hertz range.
See, this really seems to augment. Like this is obviously a synth bass. This is different, but these are really hard. These type of basses are really hard to make them punch. Like you got to have a pretty heavy chain on them, like LA2A or Opto. So let's take a look on this on the channel EQ too and see. So this is, but because there shouldn't be as many low on this, we'll see a big difference here. So let's see. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. Is that the wrong one? What channel? No, synth 2. Yeah, that's right. So this is on this preset. It's off. This is off here. Okay. All right, I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to roll through again, see if we get any. can make some ground shaking. Like I guess if you're using it for a transition or
You should EQ a little of that low end off before we feed it through this.
for sure.
You should throw another.
It's amazing
EQ.
that it actually is. So
Is this before it or
this
after?
is after it. This is
So
what
let's
was
do
after.
one before it as well. Because we could also change the signal of what it's boosting, just like,
Yeah, so
like a
that-
compressor, you know?
So let's do a single. Let me see.
Yeah, you could roll some off for it with that.
So now we'll be able to see anything.
This is
under
pre,
80.
right?
Yeah, this is pre. That's why it's
Okay.
all gone now.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay,
so 80, yeah, that's probably.
And now we can take a look here.
yeah,
let's see what's going on.
let's see what we could do to add that region back in and see if it sounds better.
All right, hold on. I'm messing things up here. Give me a second.
This plugin is very cool.
It is. It adds a lot. I'm trying to see what. Let's see here. So let's go through it again and see if anything triggers. Wow, that's not. I mean, you can see that. Let's see here.
On off.
So here's with it. Here's with it off, and see how I have this.
You already
See-
have it
You see that
at
right
80.
there? Yeah. This is going to 80. That's a hard. I mean, we could do it even harder if we want. So you can see there's nothing there. So there's nothing below. I mean, almost 80, 75, whatever. There's a little bit of a curve.
Yeah, you still got a little bit left there.
Right. So now we're turning it on. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. That's definitely generating the sub based on that.
Now turn off that EQ real quick. The pre-EQ.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, that's a lot of
yeah,
rumble.
That is. That's why I have a limiter on it. I think that
Yeah.
Sebastian, he wasn't lying. I think they blew his glasses off with this one.
I agree.
that was actually real
Bastion.
footage
Yeah,
on
that
that-
was
on
that
that.
was totally real footage.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you got to be careful with the subwoofer on this one.
Yeah, no, but I think it's legit, man. What do you think? I think that you could do a lot of creative things with this.
Yeah, I think it's Ocean Gate.
What is
Ocean Gate.
that would be an unfortunate name for this plugin. That's probably
Ocean
why.
Gate.
Is that why it's on sales? Because of all that.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh man.
Because that whole Ocean Gate scenario.
So this is just a fully
I'm into
website.
it.
Yeah. You know what? While we got the time, let's see if I can load up this other one since we're experimenting.
Go ahead and oh yeah.
We got LoAir too, which is another one that I know I grabbed. I was
Okay.
actually more interested in that one, but we'll see. We can pull the info up on this one too. But
It's a plugin to fix your tires.
yeah,
right?
it's a tire. It's if
If
you
you're
have
low on air.
yeah, this one might be a little hard to see. 'Cause the
Now
plug's
what?
small.
What is this? I've never
So-
even heard of it.
Yeah, this was the other one I was talking about. Might as well, since we're looking at bass right now.
Yeah, let's go to the video for it. We need to find
Yeah.
out what happens when you're low on air.
Let's see here. LoAir.
It's like a lo-fi plugin, right?
No, it's
No?
not. It's supposed to be bass.
Subharmonic. Oh, okay. It's supposed to give your low end some more air, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if they.
Airy
It doesn't
lo-
look like they have a trailer for it.
Hairy low end, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a trailer for it.
Oh, there's one. Oh, it's like a demo video, huh? Oh, it's gonna be really old, huh?
I don't know.
This is gonna be from like
feel like it's-
1995.
Thank you for tuning in, and we've got a quick tutorial today on how to make your cinematic booms sound even better.
Cinematic
Lots
booms.
of cinematic boom samples or low
Oh.
hits sound pretty nice, but there's
Oh, this is gonna be how to make
really
like
bring out the
hall
and
kicks and
really
stuff, huh?
remove them.
I don't know.
Going for.
Oh, for that huge reverberated.
Yeah, it's
Well, let's find out. You know, we don't mess with things in any type of standard way here in the studio. So
yeah. When
don't
you
care
need to
what they
make
say
some
it's for.
big fat hall reverb kicks, cool. Well, we need
Ooh, that made
we
it
need a
chunky.
punchy kick to make that one sound
yeah,
sound right. Can't have any flab. Is that with the low air on it?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Very low indeed. Whoa.
It's very similar to Submarine. That's why I wanted to take a look at it. So see, it says.
I want to see what it sounds like. So wait.
Let's get that kit. I'm gonna get the drums back in for you. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Let's try that.
All right. So. So we'll turn off this. And then we'll put in LoAir. Bam. LoAir. LoAir. Low. Okay, similar effect. Very similar. All right, let's see. Oh.
Whoa.
Let's take a look at this channel EQ real quick. Wow. Man.
Jeez. That's a lot of air on the low end. So what does this one do? I know I haven't read into this, but is it adding?
Well, let's take a look.
I'm pretty sure it's not synthesizing anything, but this is just like really gonna.
Let's take a little look. Let's see what this pitch is on LoAir. Since we just jumped right into this,
I know.
Just pulled this right out the
rabbit's ass.
Go to any movie, and you'll experience the power of low frequencies.
Go to any of them.
Go to anyone, whether giant dinosaurs pound the ground or an alien ship explodes, an intense low end adds drama to the visuals.
That's
and
right.
helps propel the plot. Now the secret is out. The secret is out. The secret is out, and it's not Submarine. It's LoAir.
Yeah.
And it's a post-production tool, and it's great for music.
Great for music, too.
All that is also great for music.
Any music.
Any music.
Any music, any movie.
Whether making drums and bass more forceful, adding to the body a thin vocals. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, thin vocals. Adding depth to the masters or pushing out the power in live shows. That's what we need to do. When no one's moving at our shows, we're going to put this shit on.
Yeah, give them the LoAir.
We're going to put this on so they have to pay attention to what's going on.
Doesn't that sound like a fart?
You know what? Whatever works, man. If you guys ain't paying attention, if y'all ain't paying attention, you're gonna get LoAir out there.
Yeah, we'll gas them with the LoAir.
So that's interesting. So it's very similar. It seems like it's very similar. It seems like, but it has. See this? I didn't see this on. Am I missing something? Hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an old version. Oh, it's changed. The version is probably changed.
Oh, it's because you didn't get the latest.
This is V13. I don't know.
No,
that's probably what. So
you got more knobs, right?
yeah, the more knobs, the better, right? No,
Yeah.
I see aligns here and trims here, so this looks different. So I don't know, man. That's.
Well, they change, graphic GUIs, right?
Yeah.
With updates, they make them more kind of relevant for the Macs, right? The Retina display.
So what does that
HD
say?
displays.
Subharmonic mastering. So off. Okay, so it's like it can do gentle stuff here too. So this preset's
Earthquake.
No, that's different. This is what it is, subharmonic mastering. So if I turn this off. All right, so for those that are listening and not viewing, we got two plugins here. We've got Submarine and we've got LoAir. And right now what you're listening to is LoAir. They both are from Waves. They both are tools that look like you can...
And how much is this one?
Man, LoAir. Well, I mean, I don't know what it normally is, but...
is it a low price for LoAir? This
right
one
now
is
it's
$27.99.
So...
I don't know.
I kind of feel like I've been deceived because they said nothing else in the world does what Submarine does,
It seems pretty
seems
similar.
pretty similar to this. I'm starting to think that maybe that I was lied to that there's two plugins.
I
in the
don't
world.
think so.
There's two
I think
plugins in the
these
world
are
that
pretty
do this.
good in each other's respect, but this one doesn't resynthesize any. It
Does
doesn't.
it? It says it says right there,
Oh, it's
subharmonic
a generator. Okay,
I think there's
maybe.
2 plugins in the world that do this now.
There are 2 now, and they deceive themselves.
From the same company. It's
Wow.
amazing.
I wonder if there's any others.
I wonder if Sebastian has actually tried this one too. It'd probably break his glasses
I
in
know.
half if we
Probably
used them
blow them
together.
to smithereens.
What do you think happens if we use them together?
We could always try it right now.
All right, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I mean, we might blow the headphones.
Let's go.
I don't want any chunks in my ears.
All right.
Well, actually, our listeners
All right. I'm nervous, bro.
might not enjoy this.
If we do both of these at the same time, it might open up.
Yeah,
like
you guys
some type of-
might want to watch your speakers before we do this.
Oh no!
Whoa! Is that both? Whoa! Whoa! We're out here.
I'm not sure what just happened. All right, bro. What do you think? I just showed you. So we got 2 for 1 on the plugins.
All right, hold
This
on.
time.
Let's play it back with both of them on the same track. Let's see if it's worth the money for both at the same time.
At the same track. Okay, that's good. Same time?
Same time.
All right, here's none.
So yeah,
Here's none.
We'll A and B them.
Here's Submarine.
Okay, Submarine only.
Okay. Now I'm gonna Submarine's off. Here's LoAir. Okay.
Ooh, I think Submarine in that preset.
And this preset.
The preset sounds a little nicer and punchier.
You know what? I think that they're both good tools. I think
think
they're worth
they-
looking at, and I think it was worth looking at them today.
I think between the two, you have more control with Submarine.
Well, we'll
Like frequency control, right?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's really we'll have to mess with it more. But hey,
I
if y'all
know.
are using it out there, be sure to hit us up and let us know what you think too. But yeah, this is we'll definitely have to put these in the session.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go buy these today.
Yep. And so, you know what? We got to go write a letter. I'm sorry. Forgive us letter to Spotify and the biggest CEOs in the music business, so we don't burn any bridges. But it's been a good episode, man.
That's right. No, it
Good
has
getting back
been.
with you. Yeah.
And by the way, we weren't paid or endorsed by Waves to
No.
promote these plugins.
No, we weren't.
We would love to be, but
No, they probably have a threshold of 1,000 streams just to get sponsorship or something. I don't know what it is. The
Yeah.
threshold is probably
We'll meet that
above where we're
eventually.
at. Yeah. Yeah.
we're
but
still working on getting the show back on the road. But
yeah.
we're glad to be here. It's been a good show and good to catch up and
And this will not be a once a year thing. We are coming back. We've got more coming for you. We got more plugins. We've
Definitely.
got more business talk and
giveaways.
we're here. And giveaways. We got a whole new Game Runners has been rebuilding, as a lot of y'all know. We got a new YouTube channel, which this is on. But we have a lot of giveaways that we're doing. They are legit. If you see them on our channels, do sign up for them. Moreover, 4 will be having its own. And we're gonna put together some good things for y'all. So stay in the mix, and we'll see you next time.
Signing out.
Peace.